Hey everybody, we are up on the Blue Ridge Parkway out in the wind today. And this video was just meant for me to go out and do some exploring, and I wanted to test some camera equipment in different combinations of things. So I figured I'd just make a video of it as kind of a trial and bring you guys along for the ride. So if you actually get to see this video, pretty much everything worked. What I'm doing is, the camera you're looking at me through right now is the DJI Osmo Action 4. Normally, when I do a static shot like this where I'm speaking to the camera, I use my iPhone. But I want to be able to switch over to using the DJI camera for this shot. So I'm kind of experimenting here a little bit. Now, I've come up to the parkway because I wanted to kind of give you guys a look at where we're going. Right beneath us here, this is Buena Vista, Virginia. And kind of over in this area, on the other side of this mountain, is Lexington, Virginia. And if you look way off in the distance, you'll see a mountain with kind of a flat top on it. That's House Mountain. There's two of them. There's a big House Mountain and Little House Mountain, but you can't see them both from here. On the other side of that is North Mountain, and that is where the Allegheny Highlands is. So we're looking all the way across the Shenandoah Valley. There is a creek that starts over there in Collierstown called Collierstown Creek. And by the time it hits about Interstate 81 heading east, it changes name to Buffalo Creek. I caught a glimpse of the area, and I've never actually been in there, so I want to go over there and take a look at it. I'm going to take you guys with me, and I've got a truck interrupting me here, so hold on a second. And we're going to interrupt the video here. This truck has Germany. It's got foreign plates on it. I don't see that a whole lot. So those people are from Germany. They're out traveling America. Like I said, it interrupted me speaking because I'd never seen something like that before. Not up here anyway. So let's get back to business. He came over to check out Bimble because he rides a KTM from Germany. So anyway, what we're doing is testing the camera. Everything's going to be filmed in 4K 60 with what they call horizon balance. If you remember on my Route 250 video, the horizon lock was disabled. So I got a lot of motion in the shot instead of keeping everything, level. So what the horizon balance does is it keeps the horizon level up to 45 degrees. So if I tilt over 45 degrees, then it'll get wonky. And it's weird the way they do the settings. So what disabled the horizon lock previously was actually me filming in a 4:3 aspect ratio. So you can't do horizon lock or balance or anything like that in a 4:3 aspect ratio. You have to do 16:9. So that's what we're going to film in. And the difference between 16:9 and 4:3, if you're not aware, 4:3 is a taller, narrower aspect ratio that allows me in editing to move the shot up and down if I need to, if the camera's not pointed perfectly. With 16:9, it just fills the frame, and you have to have the camera pointed perfectly. So I lose that little ability in editing if I use the horizon balance. That's how it's going to work. The big thing we're going to be testing is microphones. So in shots like this where I'm speaking to the camera, I'm going to be using the Rode Wireless Go 2 microphone, which is what you're hearing now. We've also got a Rode, I have no idea what this is called. It's a Rode shotgun mic. It's a mini shotgun mic. And we've also got a Udigi 360 degree mic. The reason for those is if I'm getting a scenery shot where there's a creek or a river or something that I just want to get a shot of that to put in, we can capture ambient sounds. So with the Udigi microphone, it's going to collect sound all the way around the microphone or all the way around the camera. So as long as things behind the camera don't interfere with the shot, I'll use that microphone. If I only need what the camera is facing, I'll use the shotgun microphone. So if there's like a stream and I want to film that and get the noise from the stream in the video, and there's a cow in a field behind it, I don't want to get the cow, I'll use this microphone. If I want to capture just everything around, I'll use the smaller one. And if I'm speaking to the camera, I'll use this one. And the POV shots on the bike, I'm using a Sena 20S microphone. Takes some rigging to get that to work with a camera, because the jack is a 2.5 millimeter male mono. So it takes some adapters and things to actually get a cable that works with it. So we're going to get underway. I think that's about all there is to say. I was talking about the creek in the distance. So over past House Mountain, the one with the flat top on it over here, on the other side is Collierstown, up against that far mountain on the other side. The creek comes across here. It's called Collierstown Creek. Once it gets to the interstate and goes underneath it, right about in that area, it changes name to Buffalo Creek, and that's what we're going to go see. I kind of got a glimpse of it, and I was like, you know, that's something I want to go check out. I don't think it's a destination where I can tell people, hey, come here, and while you're here, make sure you check this out. It's probably not that sort of thing, but it's more something local to me that I'd kind of like to know about. So we're going to go check that out, and hopefully all the camera stuff and everything works. Wish me luck. We'll get some twisty shots heading down the mountain, and then I'll kill the camera and we'll pick it up once we get over closer to our destination. Get one last look at our big old truck here. Hey, you guys have a good trip? So they are out traveling the world in that big old RV. I guess that's like a former military vehicle or something. And believe it or not, Bimble is faster than that thing. The top speed on it's only about 60, 65 miles an hour at best. Like I said, with the filming aspect ratio, I have to be really careful of the direction the camera is pointing. So I can't lean over a whole lot or lean back a whole lot either. And I'm not going to do any sponsors on this video because this is kind of a throwaway experimental type video. But on the last video at Alhambra where we were camping, we had several other people kick in with some super thanks. So I thank them for that, but we'll give you a proper shout out on our real video coming up. And I'll be actually spending that money on buying extra batteries for the DJI camera and extra mounts, because the DJI uses a different mount. It's kind of a magnetic setup, and it's pretty cool because it allows me to switch between like this view, on the bike view, looking back at me view, handheld view, on the tripod view. I can just switch the camera around pretty easily compared to everything else. So I'll be buying some more mounts, at least one extra battery, and I've got to buy a new phone charging cable. I've lost mine somewhere. I'll let this car get a little bit away from us and we'll pick up the pace a little bit so we can kind of see how that horizon lock looks at speed. It'll probably be fine on this bike no matter what, because I'm not leaning it over like I do the GT. We'll reel that car in pretty fast. Slow down in this straight section here, get a little view off to the side. We're heading down to the valley. Let's hit this pretty hard and see how the lean looks. So I can lean the bike over pretty good, keep my body fairly vertical, so we probably won't have really any issue with that 45-degree lean. I can stay pretty upright. Heard that little hesitation there? That's just carburation. Just one of the things that gives this bike some character. And as far as that goes, I've kind of almost been cliche saying that character on this bike is just cranked up to 11. Where the Continental GT is probably a good solid 9.5. This one's like off that scale. And I felt it was kind of cliche to say it was up to 11. I think a better way to describe it is that this bike just doesn't have character. This bike is a character. So I think that's why this bike got a name so early and it just stuck. Kind of like Joe Boo is a character in the videos, so is this bike. But hopefully with tagging the GT as Maverick, hopefully that gives it a little more character on top of what it's already got. We're pretty much out of the twisties now, so I'm going to cut the camera off and we'll pick it back up when we get closer to our destination. Okay, we made it to our road. I had to turn around. I'm facing north, but I came from the north heading south. I missed the road because I don't know this area very well, and if you notice, I haven't put a phone mount or anything on this bike to use GPS. I'm trying to do everything off memory. Paper maps, things like that for this bike. But this is the road we want. This is Round Hill Road. And we just got overflown by a F-15, I believe. This area is in the flight path of the patrols from Langley Air Force Base. Alright, so this is why I didn't bring the GT. It's because I knew we're going to be on a lot of gravel. Me and old Bimbo about got taken out. Coming through town, a white work van pulled out in front of us. I had to slam on the brakes to avoid becoming a part of his billboard on the side of his van. And that guy, he felt really bad. He pulled over, apologized. We talked for a little while. I didn't cuss him out or anything. Mistakes happen. And he was genuinely sorry. So this Round Hill Road is kind of going to take us around to the road that we're looking for, which is Bunker Hill Mill Road. And it actually crosses the road we just came from. But I didn't want to go out and back, so I'm going to take this road to connect around to it so we see everything at one time instead of going out and back. I hope we can actually get to what I'm really looking for, because this Buffalo Creek, it does end up dumping into the Maury River. And we won't be able to go all the way to where it dumps in because it'll be crossing private property and there's no road because there's a set of railroad tracks there. and no bridges or anything, so there's no reason for there to be a road. But we're looking for something called Lotta Water Lane. And that will be at the end of this Bunker Hill Mill Road that we're getting ready to link to. We shouldn't be far from it. As I said, I came out here and kind of got a glimpse of it. I was actually making a delivery to this house right here. Got to pet the lady's goat. She had a friendly goat. And goats are like some of my favorite farm animals. I just love goats. They crack me up. They just do some funny shit. Alright, so we're not far from where we're heading. Just down basically at the bottom of this road right here. There's a little stream here next to us, and this is going to dump into that Buffalo Creek. There's a tiny little waterfall up here that's kind of cute looking. Nothing spectacular, but worth a peek. See it in just a second. You see the little creek now. It's over there now. Now you can probably see the little creek. So it's going to go under the road here, and we'll drop down to the actual Buffalo Creek. And this is where I said that little waterfall is. I probably have to get off the bike so you guys can see it. It's just kind of nice. I like good water features, if you haven't noticed. All right, there is the Buffalo Creek. So this is just something local that I've never really checked out. A bump. So it's actually pretty big for something called a creek. And this is going to head on out and dump into the Maury River. And I just want to, this road here follows it. And we're going to end up on the road that we turned off of to get onto that gravel road. And we're going to take this one on around. This is that Bunker Hill Mill Road right here. So we're going to take this around, follow the creek, and end up on Lotta Water Lane. That's what I want to see. So we are back to gravel again. So roads like this that follow rivers and streams and things tend to be pretty nice ride. So I like things like this. So hopefully you guys can see, you see the rock going across the river, and it's just little shelves that cascade. Pretty slick. I like stuff like this. And we're in an area where, if you haven't noticed, we shouldn't have to worry about traffic at all. Interesting house, like right on the road. Wonder where they parked the car. And I assume this is all private property around here. So there's not going to be any camping, anything like that around here. But these little pull-offs like this is where people pull in to go fishing. A lot of trout and things like that around here. Like I said, we're just following Buffalo Creek on Bunker Hill Mill Road. And hopefully when we get to the end where I'm looking to go, I can take a nice picture of Bimble. Because if what is there is what I'm thinking is there, it should be a good photo opportunity. More cascades here. There's a bridge over there, so that's probably, I can get in. A little bit of a shot of that. That bridge ahead is probably the Route 608 or Forge Road. So we're back to pavement again. Here you can see more of those cascades with the rocks going across the river. It's just rock ledges. More houses, and this should be 608 right here ahead of us. Now the map shows us going straight across this road, but that's gated off. I knew that was going to be private property there, so we want to take our next right after we take a left. So we want this road right here. Miller's Landing Lane, and this should take us to Lotta Water Lane. Like I said, I don't really know what's down here, but I think there's something worth looking at. Not a real destination I'd recommend people go to see, but something I'd like to see. See all the no trespassing signs. They don't want anybody camping or messing around them. There's a cabin over there. It's kind of nice looking. Okay, this is it. Lotta Water Lane. Now this is somebody's driveway. This is what I came to see. So that's several inches of water. There's the train tracks I was talking about that are between us and the Maury River, which is just right over there. So let's ride across, we'll turn around and end the video. This is slippery. Like algae on the concrete. So yeah, that's pretty slippery. So this is just something I wanted to stop and see. Hopefully you guys get a shot of how deep that is. My pants are wet. So there it is, Lotta Water Lane. Like I said, this isn't a destination. It's private property. They don't want people trespassing in all around here. So I'm not going to stay here very long. I just wanted to come check it out. I seen it on satellite view and figured it'd be something to come and see. Like I said, not a destination. Don't come out here. Just wanted to do a camera test, microphone test. Hopefully everything works out. This is kind of a simulated video. So, catch you guys next time and we'll do something for real coming up. Take care.